Disney presents. From Frontierland.
With Stetson so white and a pearl-handled gun swinging on his side. Texas John Slaughter made 'em do what they oughter, 'cause if they didn't, they died.
When John Slaughter's wife died, he disposed of his holdings in Texas and moved on to the Arizona Territory to carve out a new career for himself as a rancher. But back in Texas, John left behind him two important links to his past. These were his children, Addie and Willie. They remained with John's brother in Texas until such a time as John would be able to send for them. It was probably this urge to be reunited with his family that made John work unsparingly to settle his land, start a herd, and build a home where they could be together again. Even at the driving pace John set for himself, 2 full years passed before he could send for them. And a great deal can happen to a relationship between a father and his children in that length of time. In this newest adventure of our true hero of the West, John Slaughter is reunited with his family. But the reunion poses some difficulties John had never faced before. Its title, Desperado from Tombstone.
Oh, dear, just look at me.
Come on, honey. Everybody to home?
I'm not, and I won't be for half an hour. Pa's out in the foothills somewhere, and Ma's in the house making sure your preserves.
See you later, honey.
Morning, honey. See you later, honey. One of these days, that man's gonna call me honey and mean it. You mark my word.
Sit down, I'll pour you a cup of coffee.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. How are things going with you and David?
Oh, that poor man. I suppose he just doesn't have any luck. You know those two hands he hired last month, the Drifters in Bisbee?
Uh-huh.
Ran off with 12 beeves.
Well, I came over here to tell you some good news for a change, but maybe I picked the wrong deputy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Slaughter. I don't mean to complain. It just pops out. Now, what's your good news?
Well, appears like I'm finally going to settle down and be a family man.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's the lucky girl? Do I know her? Now, don't tell me you're bringing one of them flighty spring chickens from the east who'll wilt and die out here of loneliness. But that's always the way with you men. You pick the wrong woman every time. When's the wedding?
Who said anything about a wedding? I'm talking about my two young'uns. I sent to Texas for them.
Willie and Addie?
Yes. They'll be here end of the week.
How nice.
Well, it's about time. Man with 2 children ought to be settled down. How old did you say they were?
Willie's 8, and Addie must be going on 11. Time sure flies. I won't even know him anymore.
Who's to take care of them?
Me?
You?
Oh, sure.
2 little children?
Well, now, what's so hard about taking care of 2 young'uns?
Oh, excuse me, I forgot.
What?
That there's nothing in the whole wide world John Almighty Slaughter can't do by himself. At least that's what some people think.
Well, there must be lots of things I can't do, but taking care of 2 young'uns, there'll be nothing but a comfort and a joy.
The Bible says it isn't good for man to be alone, Mr. Slaughter.
Viola, no one asked for your opinion, especially on such a subject.
Raising children is woman's work, Mr. Slaughter. Men just don't properly have the hang of it.
Well, I don't know. When it comes to kids and houses, you'd think it was some big secret that only women understand. What's so mysterious?
Children need a home, not a house. There's a difference.
Since when are you such an expert on children?
Well, they write me that Addie can cook and sew, and what more to homemaking is there than that?
Well, will she have time to play?
Play? Well, Addie's 11. When I was 10, I was doing man's work, and girls grow up even quicker. Little work never hurt anybody, man or woman.
What about Willie? You got chores for him, too?
Well, I've been giving that some thought. Got 3 cows that'll need milking every morning. And then there's the stable chores. That's real good training to get a lad used to being around horses. Won't be long before I can take him hunting and fishing, teach him how to shoot and ride.
How to drink whiskey at the bars in Tombstone?
Viola, what's ever gotten into you? Your chores done?
No, Ma.
Well, then get busy.
With pleasure.
Oh, what's ailing her?
After listening to your expert views on the rearing of children, I just now realize what her trouble is.
What?
She doesn't have enough to do.
Well, could be. An idle mind's a devil's workshop, Mama always used to say. Was it my pa? Sure they get done on time?
You'll have a room for your kids by the time they get here.
I suppose if Addie needs anything special, like mirrors and things like that, she'll let me know.
She's a female, Mr. Slaughter. She'll let you know real quick.
Loco Crispin done it again. Hit us just this side of Perilla Pass.
Why, that... How many did he get this time?
About half. The boys are holding what's left in the foothills.
Gus, you get the horses.
He took off south. Guess he's heading for the border.
He wouldn't head from Mexico. He'd never get his price.
Where else could he go?
Charleston. Unload on that Clanton bunch. They'd buy from the devil himself. Gus, give me a rope. Crispin will head west through Sunglow Canyon. You take the rest of your boys and make sure he doesn't turn back.
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm up here, Loco. Boom. Hi, Loco.
Very sly of you, John. I only regret I can't shake you by the hand.
Oh, by the throat?
Shoot me quickly, John. The humiliation is unbearable.
Loco.
You're gonna regret the day you ever stole cattle from John Slaughter. Now send those men off without them cows.
Send him yourself. John,
Yep.
you cutting on that rope?
Yes, I am. The drop may not kill you, but you sure won't be much good for walking or riding.
All right, save the wear and tear on it. You win. Clear out down there. Leave the cattle and clear out.
I don't mind losing a few steers now and again, or a young fella aiming to start a spread of his own. But twice in 1 month, and you using the money for gambling? You should have known I'd object.
John, if you're going to preach to me, the least you can do is set me down so I'll be comfortable.
Yeah, that is kind of thoughtless of me, isn't it? Come on, Loco, draw. They do say the man firing up has the edge.
Well, in that case, let's make it some other time. I'd never want it said I had the edge.
Her couldn't take a joke, eh, Loco?
Well, the next time you're in Tombstone, you look me up. Maybe I can arrange a little joke for you.
I'll look forward to that.
Good luck.
Be seeing you, Loco. Gus. Let him go.
What's ailing you? He'll be back with blood in his eye and you know it. Must be those kids of his. They're doing Tombstone tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing like kids to soften up a man.
Hello there. Well, hello, Willie? Addie? I'm your father, don't you know me? Well, come on out. Come on, I'm not going to bite you. The rig's over here.
The valises, Father.
Huh? Oh, yeah, which one?
This one and that.
Come along, Addie. Come on, Willie. Well, come along, Willie.
Let me down, let me down. Let me down. I don't want to go with you. I want to go home to my Aunt Mamie and Uncle Charlie. I don't want to go home to you. I want to go home to my Aunt Mamie and Uncle Charlie.
Willie, we'll be home soon. It's just a few hours the other side of the mountain.
I want to go home with you. I want to go home to my Aunt Mamie and Uncle Charlie.
Holy smoke.
What's the matter, little boy? Is this man bothering you?
You're bothering us plenty now. On your way.
He's our father, sir, and that's my little brother. Thanks just the same.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Anybody here never seen a crying kid before? Take one good look and then move along.
Are we riding in this?
Yeah, it's a buckboard. It's an all-round good wagon. Yeah! Yeah! Now! Fun, eh? What's the matter? Am I going too fast?
Yes. Stop!
Boo! 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 Well, I thought kids like to ride fast.
No, not that fast.
Pretty, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Are Indians in those trees?
Oh, I doubt it. If there was, we'd have heard from them by now.
Comanches?
Nope, Apaches.
Are Apaches worse than Comanches?
Oh, they sure are. Comanches cut up more ruckus, but Apaches cut up more people.
Don't you think we better be getting on, Papa?
Yeah, I guess we're better. I reckon the place doesn't look like much to you right now, but maybe you could start in making it look civilized. We sure could use some window curtains, new tablecloths, towel, and things like that. You can keep busy sewing between meals and household chores. Maybe when you get caught up, you could start in on some shirts for me and Willie.
Papa,
Uh-huh.
what's Willie gonna do?
Willie? Oh, there'd be plenty of work for Willie. Man's work on the outside and in the barn. There's stalls to clean, harness to mend, fences to repair, broncs to bust. Well, there'll be plenty of work for Willie. Well, I better let you kids get some sleep. You won't be fit for any kind of work come morning.
Papa,
Uh-huh.
will I ever have any time to play with my dolly?
Oh, I reckon. We don't do much around here on Sundays. Well, good night.
Good night, Papa.
Why don't you let the telecheck go, Gus? Day's been full enough.
Kids can be rough on a man when he's not used to them.
No need to hurry off. Will you join me in a cup of cider?
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Well, I don't know. Those two kids hadn't come with a written guarantee. I doubt their claim to the name of Slaughter. But she's nothing like her mom. Of course, she is a girl, and there's very little I do understand about the female sex, young or old, so I'll withhold judgment. But that boy, well, he's scared of everything, including his shadow.
Well, he's a little fella. Give him time.
I don't know. When I was his age, I drove a wagon 5 miles to cut in the whole cordwood, and that was in Comanche country.
You weren't scared?
Not as much of the Comanches as I was of the dark.
Think back, John. Weren't you maybe 3 or 4 years older than Willie is now?
Could be.
A few years can make a whale of a difference. Like I said, give it time. Just about everything works itself out if you just give it time. Good night, John.
Night, Gus. Addie, please don't cry. Those pancakes are real fine. They're just a little too well done is all.
You think so?
Sure. Come on, now, Willie and I are real hungry. Let's try them, huh?
She don't know how to make pancakes, Pop.
Yes, ma'am.
How are they, Papa?
Not bad.
I'm not so hungry now.
Put a little butter, a little molasses on them, and they're going to taste just fine.
Can't I just eat the butter and the molasses?
Willie, you eat those pancakes as I help me, I'm going to...
Come on, Kitty.
Hey, Willie. How about riding out with me this morning?
I don't like to ride, Pa.
Well, you know how to, don't you?
I'd rather play with my kitty.
Ah, come on, I'll put you up on old Nan there. She's just as gentle as that kitten. Come on.
Horses are big, Pa. I don't want them.
Ah, you come on along. Won't take but a minute to show you how it's done. You know, a horse is a critter that's too dumb to know how big he really is. All you got to do is show him who's boss. Here we go.
Put me down, Pa. Put me down. I don't want to. Put me down.
Mr. Slaughter?
Huh?
I drove over to meet your children, see if I could be of any help. Is this Willie?
Yep. This is Willie. Willie, this is Miss Viola Howell.
Hello, Willie.
Viola's our neighbor.
I understand you have a big sister.
Yes, ma'am. Her name's Addie.
I'd like to meet her.
She's in the house.
Would you introduce me?
Sure. Addie, we got company. Gosh. This is my sister, Addie. Addie, this is...
Viola. Viola Howell.
She lives real far away. And she rode all the way over here just to meet us. Isn't she nice?
Hello, Addie.
I'm scared. Nothing I do is right. I don't know what to do or who to turn to. I can't seem to please Papa with anything.
Of course you do.
I don't know what to do.
Be all right, Addie.
What's this herd doing here?
You told me
I
this
said
morning...
graze them on the west slope, not the east. Now get them out of here.
I could have swore he... Oh, well.
What are you doing here?
Well, my job. What else?
What about the monthly tally check?
I brought the books over last night, and you said...
Never mind what I said. I want to see him now. Come on. Come on.
Giddy up, man. Come on. Come on, man. Giddy up. Giddy up. Come on, man. Look, Pa, I'm riding.
Well, I'll be...
Giddy up, man. Giddy up.
I'll see you in the bunkhouse.
Come on, man. Giddy up.
Why, Mr. Slaughter. Oh, you look tired and dusty. Would you like a cup of coffee? Supper won't be ready for an hour.
Willie. He's riding.
He's been going round and round out there all afternoon.
That any of your doing?
Oh, I helped.
How?
Well, I just told him to feed Nan some sugar, and then he started petting her on the nose, and next thing you know, he was riding her. He's a very nice little boy.
Giddy up, Nan. Giddy up. Come on, Nan. Giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
You responsible for this, too?
Oh, I just helped a little, that's all. Could we start the dishes? I promised Ma I'd be home before dark.
You know something?
What?
Dad was telling a lie.
Hey, you know something? No gentleman ever calls a lady a liar. You go on out and fetch in some stove wood. Save your supper. Go on.
Oh, Pa.
Gosh, it's dark already. Ma'll give me Ned.
Not if I've signed you home.
You don't have to do that, Mr. Slaughter. I'm not a little girl anymore.
You're not a little girl, and that's a fact. What'd you do to your hair?
You like it?
No.
What are you doing?
Hold still. Now I know you again. I better get you home.
Hello, Paul.
Your ma's asleep. Evening, John.
Howdy, Dave.
I'll take the ring.
Here.
stayed at Slaughter's quite a spell.
His children are nice. We're going to be great friends.
Well, you know your ma don't like you to stay out after dark.
The time went so fast. Oh, it's a beautiful night, Pa. I don't know when I've ever seen a more beautiful night.
Of all the men in the great Southwest, why does it have to be John Slaughter?
Because he is John Slaughter. He knows nothing at all about children, Pa. But it doesn't matter because he won't have to. Not as long as I'm there beside him.
Why, you're hardly more than a child yourself.
Ma was 18 when she married you.
Yes, and her troubles began, and she's never been gay or carefree ever since. I don't want that to happen to you, baby.
Pa, would you please stop calling me baby?
Oh, now, you wouldn't want to take the last bit of sweetness out of my life, would you?
If he ever does.
Does what?
If he ever does ask me, Pa, you won't cross me, will you?
Oh, baby, you know I'd never cross you. Of course, I can't make any promises about your ma.
How'd you like to learn to shoot a gun today?
I don't like guns.
Well, most people don't rightly like guns, and that's the way it should be, but out here, a gun's a necessity if a man's gonna eat fresh meat and feel safe. Now, right after breakfast, we'll go out behind the barn, just kind of fire off a few shots to get the heft of it, all right?
I don't want to shoot a gun. I'm too little. I broke the yolks, Papa. I'm sorry. The bacon's burnt, too. I'm not good at anything. I'm a failure. I am.
Addie, please stop saying you're a failure and you're sorry. That's all I get from you two. Tears and I'm scared from Willie, and tears and I'm sorry from you. Now let's have no more tears.
I thought you wasn't going to eat with us dirty old punches once your kids got out here, Mr. Slaughter. I thought Cowbrutes was the dumbest, but you got him beat. What did I say? What's the matter with him?
For the benefit of those among you who are unlettered, uncivilized, and totally without the genteel emotions of human beings, don't ever say anything to John Slaughter about his kids.
Why?
Oh, you won't understand. But it so happens that the boss, for the first time in his life, has run up against something that he can't handle with a horse, a rope, or a gun.
Hi, Vi. Hi, Vi.
Evening, ma'am. Bye.
Hi, kid.
Nice, genteel look at children, Mr. Slaughter. Don't resemble you much, do they?
Oh, you'd be surprised, ma'am. We're alike in many ways. I got some business to attend to over Charleston, Tombstone way, and I was wondering if you
Why,
might...
of course, Mr. Slaughter. We'd just love to have them.
How long do you intend to be away, Mr. Slaughter?
Oh, a couple of days, no more than a week.
Well, I don't...
Oh, I'd pay you for their board and pound.
Oh, they're no bother. We wouldn't dream of taking any pay.
Can you bear being away from your father?
Sure. We'll be all right, ma'am.
Come on, Addie. There you are. Willie? Ooh, you're such a big boy.
Pa,
Yeah, Willie?
come back soon. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Willie.
Pa,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be a crybaby.
You try not to feel too bad about it, son. Everybody has to cry one time or another.
Not a man. A man never cries. I'll bet you never cried in your whole life.
I'll tell you something, Willie. Men have feelings just like little boys do. Only difference is, seems to me, men try to do their crying off by themselves when nobody's looking. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Ma'am? Bye?
Bye.
I surely do thank you. You kids be good now, you hear? Yeah.
Nice merchandise there, Mr. Slaughter. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm just looking, Mr. Merrill.
By the way, you seen Loco Crispin yet?
Uh-uh.
He's in town?
Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, it should. He's looking for you.
Well, I'm not very hard to see.
Understands you gave him a bad time a while back. Hung him up on a cliff or something.
Yarns do get around, don't they? How much?
$175. Custom made by the Gonzalez brothers to fit each and every customer. Have one for you in a week.
No, not for me, for my two youngsters. I'll bring them in one of these days.
You do that, Mr. Slaughter.
Thank you kindly.
Yes. Alcohol. Aces and eights. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Don't you ever lose?
Oh, the winners smile and the losers call deal, deal, deal.
Mr. Crispin, sir. Much as I regret it, I must call a misdeal. I do believe your last card fell from the bottom of the deck.
Well, now, that's the trouble with losers. They always push too hard. There was no misdeal.
Well, in that case, sir, I'm obliged to accuse you of cheating.
You, Jack.
Me?
Yeah, you. Push everything off the table but the money. Now scalp the table.
Huh?
One cut right around the edge. Come on, hurry it up.
Oh, hurry.
Now sack it up around the money. Hurry it up. That's right. Tie it up with a kerchief. Hurry it up, hurry it up.
Try it.
That's good. Now, everybody stay inside till after I'm gone. And no posse. or I'll be south of the border before your survivors can notify your next of kin. Why, John. Oh, but I am sorry. I was supposed to prepare a little joke for you, wasn't I? I just played a good one on the boys inside. Sorry you weren't here.
Well, I'm not much of a hand at your kind of jokes anyway, Loco, so...
I am a little pressed for time, John, so if you don't insist otherwise...
As long as you got nothing belongs to me, you can run every time we meet.
Well, next time we meet, I'll be walking towards you instead of away from you. And that's a promise.
Why didn't you stop him?
Drawing the withdrawing gun?
Well, he stole our money.
It's not my money, and it's not my fight.
You left a man in there shot up pretty bad.
Well, don't stand here yammering at me about it. Go tell the doctor. Fetch a sheriff. Get out. Whoa. Hey, anybody home?
Come here.
Now, why is it, John, that we always meet under conditions that forbid a fair fight?
Loco, what are you doing here?
Well, since you refused me the hospitality of the slaughter ranch, I naturally chose the nearest neighbor for refreshment and a change of horses. Now, what's your answer to that same question?
People are friends of mine.
You wouldn't be coming to call on that pretty little roan-haired gal I sent out to the barn, would you? You would. Now, everybody will be perfectly safe if you just do as you're told. You can't shoot fast enough to keep me from returning the compliment, John, and you know it. So, madam, would you please relieve Mr. Slaughter of his weapon? Dainty does it, ma'am. With the fingertips and no nonsense. There. As soon as the little roan filly gets back from the corral with my fresh horse, John, you can help her saddle up. Ma'am, while we're waiting, you might bring us all a fresh cup of coffee. Won't you sit down, John?
There now, how's that for a nice little house?
Yay! It's lovely. I'll make some mud pies. Will you stay and have some pie?
Oh, later. I've got something on the stove myself.
Come back as soon as you can.
I will. Promise me you'll stay right here, though, and not leave the barn, will you?
Why?
Because I'm asking you, that's why.
Why are you asking us?
Well, because I'm just dying to taste one of those mud pies, so you be sure and save me some, you hear?
Something's wrong. What's wrong? Nobody ever likes mud pies that much. Not big people. Vi's not big people. Oh, yes, she is. Something's wrong. Maybe Ma Hao lost her temper again. Something worse than that. Nothing's worse than that. Let's go see. Vi said we would stay here. But if we don't go see, we'll never find out what it was.
Oh, come on in, miss. There's a gentleman caller here anxious to pay his respects. Now, you see, you were a good girl, so Mama and Papa are still enjoying fine health. Oh, I see the gentleman caller means as much to you as you do to him. How touching.
You do whatever Loco wants, Vi. A meal and a horse are hardly worth the life.
You're a wise man, John. And unless I someday prove to be the better shot, you'll live long and have many grandchildren to sweeten your declining years.
I hope you bought him your best horse. As his one parting guest, I'd like to speed on his way.
Well, that's what I admire about a man like you, John. Sound common sense, peppered with humor. And I'll heed that. You come on over here, sweetheart. All right, the rest of you outside.
Is he gonna shoot her? We must do something.
Put my saddle on a fresh horse, John. While Sweetie here stays bravely at my side as hostage. I must say I admire your taste in women, John. This and it'd make an enchanting companion for the lonesome trail.
Don't push your luck too far, Loco.
Don't worry. I'm in a big hurry to get across that border and spend my ill-gotten gains. Still, she would make a good guarantee for my bad conduct.
No, Eddie, no!
Willie!
Hurry up, darling, get out
Willie!
of here! We're going, Willie!
Come on, Dave, quick. Loco, if you so much as bruise those kids, I'm gonna fix you.
Oh, now come, John. There's no harm done. Be a sport and let me go. Oh.
I've had about enough of your mischief. I'll take you into Tombstone and you can tell your hard luck story to the sheriff.
Is it bleeding anymore?
No, everything's all right now. Here's your paw. You ought to be proud of them, Mr. Slaughter. And you don't have to worry about Willie anymore. He's as brave as he has to be. And more than that, you can't expect of anyone.
Pa,
Yeah, Willie.
if a man has to cry, he ought to do his crying by himself, where nobody can see him.
That's right. Come on.
Come on, Vi.
Looks like our daughter found herself a family, Ma.
That may be the way it looks, but that's not the way it's gonna be.
In Texas, a ranger he had to become, and outlaws he defied. For Texas, John Slaughter made 'em do what they oughter, 'cause if they didn't, they died. His turned-up white Stetson and